all I have to say is that it is about goddamn time. I've been waiting for this album a very long time. From the very first time I heard this cat, which was during a Shotgun the Bars competition. And I was just new, maybe it could have been the same year I started or the second year in. And man, I gotta tell you, it was an eye-opener to me, man. That Shotgun the Bars competition, that I got to see all this talent that seemingly came out of nowhere. For me, it's all brand new, right? Then along comes this cat, Lomax. You know, there's some people who know him. There's some people who've said to me, you got to watch this cat. And I heard that his very first, I guess they put the beat on, you pick a beat. So his very first entry. And it blew so many people away, me included. And, big up Jim, man. He was Jim was the first one to point me in the direction of Lomax. And the dude is an absolute beast. This album is top notch, man. Big up Parky on production on every track on this album. And Lomax calls it, man, about time. And there's so many great tracks on this. One of the the opening track, man, In the Meantime, is maybe my favorite album, or my favorite track on the album. We also have Take Time, which is another one of my favorites. Freak Show features Cosm, and I'm a big Velour Falcons fan. Cosm and Mick Swagger together, making up the Falcons. And I love a lot of their music, man. I love a lot of the Falcons' music. But I have to say, this may be one of my favorite Cosm verses anywhere that I've heard. So big up him on the feature, man. To me, it's a hell of a track and could very easily be my favorite. Let's give it a little bit of a listen.
My name is of no consequence. The important thing you should know is that I am the last who remembers how each of us, man and woman, made his own decision. Some chose to take refuge in the great cavern and find a new way of life far below the Earth's surface. The rest of us decided to take our chances in the sunlight. Small as those chances might be.
It'll take a little time to explain, but you see, hit the last finger.
Slice at halftime rhyming, sci-fi when I write this timing. Side by side, line for line, I stand up against any MC, any timing. No wonder man left to conjure the what took place in the sky we're under. Save a thunder and mainly blundering through life in a smoky slumber. I really wanna get a bit of inner peace till I'm sitting on the beach, head down to the beach. And really wanna quit shit till I detox, slip in the restock. You won't believe what people I see got. Doctor a deep pots, hit with a pot shot, head for the pre-op. One for the re-up, took the time, freeze up. Keep moving and never change gear up. No fear when the end's so near yet so far. Hitting with the words still clearer. So I steer with delirium. Now I'm on a mission to the yard, the guitarium's nearer. Man, I'm gonna want the robust, so it's not hopeless. And I get about on notice. So I write with the roller, pay shit boulder. In me now for the that folder. Look at that flawless flow that could always grow. Yo, it's inhumane if I really go. I don't reappear quick and severely, bro. But most MC don't wanna hear me though. Keep scribbling, forget written in. I commentate on the time that we're living in. I write rhymes to the fullest to bite that bullet. The runaway heisters a minimum. Yo, it's deep, so when I go to sleep, flows carry on unique, resting, looking like a freak show. Yo, it's deep, so when I go to sleep, flows carry on unique, resting, looking like a freak show.
I friggin' that verse, man, I absolutely love it. You get to see him switching up his flow a little bit faster. Big up Parky on production again. I can say that every single track, man. And you hear him here. I'm 100%, like I'm about 99% sure that it's Lomax on the hook. And I just dig it, man. I dig that. I dig the way it sounds. So this is probably my favorite track on the album, man. And you get to hear Cosm just go ham on it here, coming up.
Yo, it's deep, so when I go to sleep, flows carry on unique, resting, looking like a freak show. Yo, it's deep, so when I go to sleep, clothes carry on unique. Guess I'm looking like a freak show.
Yo, I don't sleep and get back for the freak show, casually handsome. Catching the time to the back of the speedboat, strapped to the people, pandas on feet with a San Pellegrino. Tranquilo, backhanders are bad for the ego. If it lands, you go land to the heat for. I'm franking the speedboat, smacking the breeze, bring a fag in your vino. Fucking do one, get your fuse up with a few fucks, put a new truck on your loose on Zoo Bus. Super Cuban done with a few fucks, missing for the gentleman genetic with a Dulux. Heavy with the blue blood, do up the town next, color with a sound check. Do it to the cows, went home, feeling suspect, full of unrest with a cut neck, stressed, and I fed into the crowd there. Not a pound less paid it for this ain't the rude. Cop back, came and shoot and change the tune. Run up in the danger juice and lay his shoes as play Zeus stays the dupe and baby blue for Lord babe, wait for who? Chase me, nigga, better off chasing twos. This way, lose down, babe, rude, break the news. You hate me? Well, I hate you too, so that's cool. Fuck you, made a favor of back for the quote. Favorite rebreaker with sambuca shots, make the mash in a boat till I'm back. I'm a spot at the top of the animal savage. Dropping the cash for canasta with back for your dons. You look at the approach, you ain't down your job and the standards are off. I spend the night Davido standing on mountains of pattern and bronze and that's stabbing your block.
So when I go to sleep, clothes carry on unique.
Come on, man. Do I have to play? Do I have to play anymore? Come on, man. Oh, what a cool track. What a cool track, bro. We also have CON Verse on a couple of tracks. Probably my favorite MC. Top 3, anyway. MCs out there. And then also Barbarian, man. A young cat who I have been expecting to hear from, because he's another one of those guys that was just coming on in the scene when I started doing the channel. And Barbarian is an absolute monster, man, but I haven't seen anything from him, and I'm not 100% sure where he's gone. We also have Carlo on here, man. We've got which was actually another one which was nice to see. There's Verbs on here, man. Which surprised me. I never thought I'd see Lomax and Verbs on a track together. But I have to tell you, man, their styles, because one of the things about Lomax that I absolutely love is he's just got this, he's got this flow that feels so unpressured, laid back, just so very natural. And I've always felt that way about Verbs, where he's got this, I have often explained it as buttery. He's got this buttery sound, man. It's that little bit of that soul type. It brings me back to those soulful songs from the 30s and stuff. It's just that buttery sound, man, that Verbs has. And you hear him next to Lomax, and they have that really easy delivery, and it sounds dope. And that track again stands out on this album.
To understand space-time is critical to understand the nature of our universe.
It's the most important question.
Okay, so
What is time? What is space?
Okay.
Check. Like, yo, I be that lone stepper. Cold breaded, you should know better. Trying to go the whole measure, all I flow treasure. Hold gold within my soul, me, I don't know pressure. All I know is chasing goals, I'm a go-getter. From the cigarro, homes where you won't venture. And me, I stroll this road with my whole head up. Done it alone, sipping slow while I blow cheddar. We ain't the same, you probably did it for a hoe. I was chilling with the misfits, up the mischief on the low. For all the shit I done, risked my lyrics show. If I had one wish, then I'd wish that I didn't know. Cause ain't no such thing as a quick fix to resolve all the shit we hold within in the midst of the bits we roll. And it's the same, we just exist in different zones. Nits pinning at the vein, I'm spitting liquor for my woes. Kids missing on these planes, but they ain't picking up the phone. Yo, and shit's as cold as it's ever been, it's evident. Meddling with medicines to mend my sins, sentencing the hurt that I vent with the pen.
So I was going to move it right into show you Lomax next to Verbs, man, and just how well they kind of go together. That little bit of that peanut butter and jelly type of shit. But I wanted to pause for a second and just show a little love to Jabba the Cut, man, and to show you a little bit of what he brings to the table on this LP.
The butterfly effect. The beat's bound to pound.
Evolution is to the butterfly.
Hold the crowd down like gravity.
self-sabotage like my favorite game. There's no escaping and no hope to remain. No way of really knowing if this life's preordained. I'm trying to let the rage dissipate my shoulder, trying to dislocate. I'm older now, so if you bring the bullshit, I'll reciprocate. Investigating the best way to be spending my time, drawing a line and the bad vibes are getting left behind. I rest my mind, hoping the rest don't mind. The stress won't find the recipe to press rewind. Being reminded by the light.
Yeah, man. So there you go. There's a little taste of what I was getting at with that feeling. I really do feel that these cats, their natural style just goes so well together, man. Hopefully you see what I'm getting at. There's more tracks that stand out than not, which is always a great thing, especially these days. Well, over on this side of the pond, anyways. You're happy if you get 2 tracks to stand out on an album. I often say that, the people who don't listen to UK hip hop have no idea the embarrassment of riches that they miss. Like they're not even given it an opportunity. And you get these albums, man, that are just almost, you can say fucking gems from beginning to end. And, and it is, they come and they go and they're not given the time they deserve. So
Sun don't stop for nobody, man. Sun don't fucking stop. Sun gonna be up in the morning regardless. That sun is gonna be up in the morning regardless of how I fucking feel and how depressed I am. The sun is gonna fucking shine in the morning. And at nighttime, the moon gonna be there. And you gonna look up, these days gonna keep going by. So do you let the days go by and look up and you done wasted a year doing what? Figure it out, made some mistakes, life goes on. And figure out life from this point. I'm a life goes on type of guy.
Yeah, trying to make my introduction. Salome bringing the combustion, engineering the corruption of the words. And then I supplement the verse with the dusting of some herbs from the earth like my birthright. Scribbling some shit till it works nice. Surf like literature flows and bringing the riptides. Never capitulating, I erode away the cliffside.
You see what I'm saying, man? Right off the very start, bro. Big up Parky on the production. And Lomax, man, he does not disappoint straight off the joint, man. Like that, this goes to show you just what I was saying about his level of just very much, like I always say about Verbs, that very casual, buttery, almost too easy. It's like kind of like watching Michael Jordan play basketball, where he gets to the point where you're like, oh, he's jumping from the 3-flow line again. Yeah, well, that's Jordan. And that's kind of how I feel a little bit with Lomax when he's rapping. It's just kind of like, God damn, this is so smooth with it, man. Like, I just love this when he comes in.
Goes on type of guy.
Yeah, trying to make my introduction. Salome bringing the combustion, engineering the corruption of the words. And then I supplement the verse with the dusting of some herbs from the earth like my birthright. Scribbling some shit till it works nice. Surf like literature flows and bringing the...
That, a big fan of that, the production there too, man. Having that hi-hat, bringing the beat out, that hi-hat. I think it's a reverse hi-hat that he does. Outstanding, man. Big up, man. This is like the opening track, and it gets you ready. It gets you started. It's that perfect appetizer, man, for this whole album. Like I mentioned, Parky's on production. Came out on Halloween this year. One of the things that I noticed on some of these tracks is, like I was just talking about how unhurried and kind of just natural Lomax's flow is. He does some double time shit here, man, on this album as well, and changing up the flow during the track, which I always love. I know that can also be considered gimmicky by some people, but I think the problem is like just like a lot of great things, changing up your flow is something that the greatest MCs have always done and always do well. The problem is that a lot of amateur MCs take something that is a very magnificent and skillful thing when you do it well, and they take it and they pervert it, and it sucks. So then it becomes something that's considered a gimmick, right? Because when guys like Lomax do it, it's CON verse, like all these guys, man, these guys that are on here, when they do it, and even when I heard Cosm, I'm gonna play some. I'll end up playing a few things on here for you, so you get a sense of what I mean. But when you hear Cosm do the flow adapt to the switch, man, I rewound. I played that track back 3 times in my car. I sat in my driveway when I got home and listened to it again, because both those guys, man, it's great. And I'm pretty sure on that Freak Show track, the one I'm talking about that has Cosm, I'm pretty sure that it's Lomax on the hook as well, and some of that singing talent comes out. Yeah, man, he's friggin' calm. Lomax has got this calm but like assassin-like voice, right? And I just dig that so much. And you know what? The fact that he calls it about time is meaningful, man, because he is one of those guys that have been around a long time, but just hasn't made that next step. And I think, I think some of that comes from he's a very humble guy. He even had a hard time accepting when I would talk to him during the Shotgun the Bars competition and afterwards. I'd say to him, like, dude, you're absolutely crushing it. And he had a hard time, very humble, had a very hard time hearing that and accepting that. And the praise that he was getting by other MCs and people who are fans of the Shotgun the Ox podcast. I mean, people were heaping on the praise to this guy, man. And he had a hard time accepting that. And I think that's what took him so long to put out this, debut LP. Talking about Parky on the producer credit as well. I really liked what he did on this album. If I'm 100% correct on this, I didn't jot the note down on it, but it's sticking in my mind that every track either begins and ends with like an old quote, a movie scene, something pulled from a radio show or whatever it is, but it carries that vintage type of feel, right? It's the old. It's not quotes from a movie that came out in 2025. These are older movies, man, which kind of brings back this kind of father time feel. This, the fact that we've been waiting a long time. not that these videos, or not that these songs were made all the way back then, and we just been waiting for them, but yeah, man. And there's like hints throughout the entire album, right? The storylines. He talks about conspiracy theories. He gets deep too. So it's not just a cat out there showing his skills and talking about shit that people don't connect with, man. And unfortunately, there's still a lot of MCs out there that's all they do in terms of delivering this shit that is just sugar-coated nonsense and doesn't. And I don't, as a 52-year-old man, I don't connect with it. But you know what? I know that's the part of the thing that makes hip hop so great. I remember being a 13-year-old, 14-year-old boy in Barrie, Ontario. At that very, very country, backwater type of place, and walking down to the movie theaters and singing NWA or rapping NWA. So I know you don't have to, technically, you don't have to actually live the lifestyle to enjoy the music. I get it. And maybe now that I'm going to be 52 in January, I have this, I have the desire for music that is more than that. And, this album truly delivers in that for sure. It really does lean on the storyline too of time, right? And that this isn't something that that Lomax has taken lightly. It is something that he has it's something that he has carried forward in his heart, and something that he's hip hop had him in his grasp, man, and refused to let go. And there's a lot of like this balance between like his craft and the art form and the emotion that he brings to it, right? You really see it along with Parky's production, right? Which is like this is very rich. It's very textured. It has, which I thought was really cool about it, was with Lomax leaning heavily into that time, like the plot line of time. I really like the way that Parky made the beats feel very classic, very classic underground hip hop feel, right? Where you feel like you could be listening to this track back in the 90s, early 2000s, man. I mean, that was really dope on the way that he did that, and big up Parky on his work on that, man. And I think if I had to say, it may sound negative with me saying this. I don't mean it to be negative, but I think one pass through is not enough. I listened to the album once, thought it was dope, and then it wasn't until I listened to it a second, third, fourth time that I really began to feel the emotion, feel the balance, the cohesion between Lomax and Parky, the ongoing storyline throughout the album. I really appreciated upon the second, third, fourth, and now again probably 5, 6, 7 times now that I've listened to the album. It really does come together the more you listen to it. The first time you listen to it, you're gonna find you're gonna find it dope, and you're gonna have your favorite songs that stand out. They're probably gonna be different than mine, but you're gonna go back and you're gonna listen to those tracks, man, and then it truly is one of those. It's one of those albums that it has the standout hits, and you can pull off, and you can add it to your workout playlist and shit. But it truly is one of those albums that you should listen to from beginning to end in order. And it's 38 minutes long. Take that, listen to it, enjoy this, go along for the ride and enjoy that shit, man. And I think for me, I respected Lomax a hell of a lot as an MC, and at the end of this, there's a whole other level of respect and admiration for this cat, man. So on the second track, you have kind of like the opposite of what Lomax was in the. I guess I can move this over, right? What the fuck's this all about? Get away! I'll put it over like that. There we go. You really feel, or you can really see, he goes from the laid back level sound. He jumps into this one, which is far more up tempo, and he gives you a little bit of an example of when he speeds things up.
What kind of government rules your world?
How you get to be so cold?
Body of men, pass and enforce law.
How you get to be so cold? Yo, gonna elevate, tryna meditate, tryna banish the noise and renovate, tryna man it with the biro anyway, sound no heavyweight roll man renegade. At the same time aim at the radar, flow naturally like waves are. Go back to procedure, need to start making my name in the game like Neymar. No messing, the unknown method, the dark art form running a session. Learn my lesson, burning expression, with no sign or mention of weapons. No fighter, I'm a writer, let me give a little fuel for the cipher. Mistaking the mic, so I'm making it right when I'm taking the mind to the higher. No liars are gonna get biased, but they might get tight with the.
So there you go, right? There's an example of the different types of flows that he brings to the album. Just to give you a little taste of Barbarian, if you haven't had a chance to listen to Barbarian, show you a little bit of what he brings to it, man, and just give you a little taste of what you get from this cat, man. I really hope that he's not done with it and then he comes back, or maybe, you know what, maybe he's just in the lab and he's not posting shit and doing stuff, but hopefully we get more of him in the future.
3, 4, 5. It's the code break. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mr. Enigmatic, I'm a code breaker. Fuck a right hand, man's the Lone Ranger. Pick the best newcomer, no brainer. Soul taker, color code changer. Rap needs a new voice, like the old Vader. I am no stranger to the crunch and every other punch. A motherfucking bone shaker. Smoke a rapper like Joe Frazier. Alpha Omega, megalomaniac. Jason Mask like the old shady had. Covin painted a Cobainer man. Hype train to a ghost trainers. Beep up around the man, a cold train. The jazz happens when you use your whole brain to rap. Still broke, maybe that's what happens when you break the code. They react.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3.
So yeah, man, the youngster goes off on this track. Versus on this as well. Really, I was really happy to see Verse and Barbarian on a couple of different tracks on this album. It truly is like a mature debut album, right? This is something that he can build upon. I don't know if that's his plan, but it isn't something. It's not like, you know, when this isn't going to be like a debut album where you look back upon 10 years from now and being like, oh man, I wish people didn't have their hands on my debut album. Or, you know, as an author, I look back at some of the short stories and stuff that have been published, and I look back and think, oh my lord, I really hope that nobody, when my novel gets finished, which will be soon, when my novel gets finished, the last thing I want is for people to go back and find those short stories because I read them now and I'm just like, oh my god, they're so horrible. That isn't what this is. This is a mature, finished product. It's a hell of a debut album, man. That time that he took is taking away some of that raw, the rawness, not in topic and intensity, but rawness in trying to find his voice, trying to find his rhythm, trying to find what beats he likes. Like all that's been taken care of, man. He's been doing this a long time, and all that shit has been figured out. And you're getting the mature MC with a mature skill level, a very high skill level, man. And that's something you really pull from this and feel when you listen to this track, man. So one of the things, one of the notes I left for myself is just like, put it on in the car, man, roll the windows down a bit, and just let that shit just rip through the speakers, man. It'll really help you appreciate the craftsmanship and the level that went into this. It truly is something you're gonna be like, when you're done, you're gonna be like, oh, I enjoyed the shit out of that, man. So yes, this one gets a very solid thumbs up from me. Even though I don't thumbs up things. When have I ever thumbs up things on this channel? I've never been like, that was good. You know what? Maybe what it gets from me is it gets a very solid stank face for me, man. You know, I'm known for my stank face. This gets a stank face. Like, god damn, that's what this gets, a very solid goddamn. That's what it gets. Trust me, if you haven't had a chance to give it a listen, man, go over, stream it if you have that ability. But you know what? If you have the money and you want to support these cats, make sure you show them some love, man. I know Lomax would appreciate it, and it's taken him a long time to do it, and I think he truly deserves any bit of love that he gets, because this is the type of hip hop that we deserve, man. Big up Lomax, big up Parky, big up CON Verse, big up Barbarian, Verbs, Carlo, Cosm, all you cats, man. Great album, and love you guys for being here. And like I said, please go show them some love. Just give it a listen. Even if you just want to go listen to the tracks that I recommend, do that, man. But at least do that for him and do that for yourself, because you're going to appreciate it. And thanks for coming by. Love you guys each and every day. Hopefully this is something that you enjoyed, and hopefully this is something that I'll do in the future. Let me know in the comments if you want me to continue to do it. There's lots of albums out there, man. They're always dropping, and I will do it as much as you guys would like. So until next time, man, stay safe. Be good to each other.